Okay, so yesterday we read text 1 and then you took a short quiz. Today we're going to read text 2 and then you're going to make a short quiz. All right, I'm letting you know that right here at the beginning because some people like to handle this a little bit differently for efficiency reasons. So if when I'm reading and you're following along, I'm going to be, at the end of this, I'm going to be asking you to make 3 multiple choice questions with 3 choices apiece. So when we're reading this, it might be a good idea for you to underline if things that come up that you're like, hey, that would make a good question, or maybe grab some notes for yourself or something along those lines. Then that way, as soon as I'm done reading, boom, you can get right to making the questions right away. It's just a suggestion. It's not how I insist that you do it or anything like that. But anyway, all right. So let's get going with checking out text 2 of what's this one called? Graffiti Vandals Cost Public Millions. What an exquisite title. All right, here we go. There is a certain rhythm to Michael Park's job. He paints, they tag. He paints, they tag. It's a silent tango between those who scrawl graffiti and those who are paid to remove it. The dance pauses briefly when one side gives up. Maybe a tagger gets bored or caught. Maybe a painter moves on to something else. For now, that won't be Parks. He shows up as a graffiti ranger for Seattle Public Utilities, SPU, every day. Just as he has for the past 6 years, in a white uniform and orange vest. He and a partner roam Seattle neighborhoods in a city-owned truck, their solvent cans, brushes, and paint drums clanging in the back. They stop at stairwells, bridges, trash cans, postal boxes, retaining walls. Graffiti disappears, and it all comes back the next week. In Seattle, Rangers are only one faction. The Parks Department, Seattle's Department of Transportation, Kings County Metro Transit, and Sound Transit all pay workers to erase the mess. For years, Seattle Police even had a graffiti detective, but he retired in 2007 and the position was never filled. The effort is expensive. Seattle Public Utilities spent about $1 million last year for graffiti enforcement, removal, education, and outreach, while King County Metro Transit spent $734,000 last year to rid buses, tunnels, park and rides, and bus shelters of graffiti. Add it all up, and overall, city and county agencies are spending millions in tax dollars a year trying to combat ubiquitous squiggles, tags, gang symbols, and drawings that mar public property. Its persistence creates headaches for private property owners required to get rid of it and anxiety from residents worried about neighborhood blight. No centralized front. It's hard for officials to talk with any certainty about graffiti trends. Because so many city agencies deal with it, no one keeps a centralized database of complaints. And there are a lot. Seattle Public Utilities has averaged about 7,300 a year since 2008, said Linda Jones, manager of the Graffiti Rangers team. Some are divvied up among the 6 rangers. The rest are handed off to other city agencies, she said. The Rangers erased or painted out 445,000 square feet of graffiti in 2009. That's almost 8 football fields. Hate messages take first priority. Those have to be gone in 24 hours. Everything else is tackled within 6 to 10 days, Jones said. Certainly, graffiti seems to tattoo all urban landscapes. Look around Seattle and you'll find it everywhere. Billboards, construction sites, businesses, and homes. Overhead highway signs and train cars hold particular appeal. Evidence of the adrenaline rush and grudging respect of other taggers that go along with the crime, officials say. In some cities, such as Los Angeles, these signs are wrapped with barbed wire to prevent vandalism. But that's not the case in Washington, said James Holter, spokeswoman for the Washington State Department of Transportation. To clean a freeway sign Workers have to shut down a lane at night, get in a truck, and raise a boom. Last year, a 28-year-old Miami man made national news after he fell to his death while tagging a sign on the Palmetto Expressway. In 1997, one prolific Seattle tagger severed a foot while tagging a train in Golden Gardens, but that didn't stop him. Records show he pled guilty for tagging again in 1999 and 2000. Hard to catch. Arrest numbers fluctuate wildly year to year. For instance, Seattle police made 234 graffiti-related arrests in 2008. That number fell to 41 last year. Usually taggers are on foot so they can just drop the stuff and run, police spokesman Mark Jamieson said, and property owners are left to clean it up. Under the city's graffiti nuisance ordinance, if private businesses or homes get tagged and owners don't act promptly, SPU sends a letter asking them to remove it within 10 days. Ignore the notice, and property owners could face fines of $100 per day with a maximum of $5,000. SPU sent 1,392 first-time warnings to property owners last year. About 75% complied, Jones said. After a second warning, nearly all got rid of the graffiti, she said. All right, so that's text 2. I want you to make a quiz. Just keep the number 3 in your head. I want 3 multiple choice questions with 3 choices apiece. Make sure you indicate which is the correct answer. We'll just do these on a Google Doc. I got it in an assignment waiting for you in Schoology. And I guess tomorrow we will get into text 3. So, all right, boom. See you tomorrow. Mr. Cheese out.